All right, let's get right to it. SPY, we see we're testing the 50-day moving average. What I would be cautious of now is being overly bearish due to the fact that, again, what I like to see is it break this pivot point. Okay, if you look at this right here, pivot point, come down, then come up on weaker volume, then flush down. I'll give you an example later with Netflix on exactly what I'm kind of talking about to say, and even Tesla. So we'll see where it goes from there. Again, the weekly, we can see we're still bullish. So I would not be overly bearish until I see some type of confirmation on that. Okay, because if it breaks this high, it's pretty much it can catch a lot of people out there that are looking to go short from basically the break of this low. So you have to be cautious. Or people are trying to say, okay, they're trying to morph this into some type of evening star and saying, okay, it broke below, I'll put my stop above here and kind of see what happens. I wouldn't be within that camp. I would kind of let it, again, I don't want to pick a top or a bottom. QQQ, same thing, volume decreasing a little bit. If it breaks this high actually of today, it means you have a higher low from there, and it could be another, if they punch it up, it could definitely squeeze a lot of people that are looking to be overly bearish too soon. You have the IWM. IWM is actually looking out of everything. Okay, this is the one that, again, we were waiting for it to pop, and now you just want to see it get back up to this level on some low volume, and then you could look to short that if that's what you're looking to get into. But again, that's a higher probability type of trade for me versus kind of just, being careful. Again, if you got in, let's say a break of this low, that's fine. You probably made some money and stuff like that, but again, this is stuff that I'm looking for it to pop up and then really move to the downside. The diamond as well, on the weekly, still looks bullish. Nothing to really say about that. And again, a 3-day pullback isn't going to get me fully bearish. Okay, yes, we're back in here, and we would like it to step above here, but again, getting back in this can almost like I wouldn't call it congestion area, but getting back into this slow grind pullback, popping up and coming back down is something to say, okay, you would like it to layer above here. We talk about this all the time. We would like it to layer up here and continue to the upside, but nothing's perfect. So we'll see how this one plays out and go from there. We had Apple actually show relative strength today. So gap down below the close and then really rally strong. If you look at like a 15-minute, you could really see that, after the first 15, it's pretty much grinded all the way up. So that's a good time regarding that. Netflix still looks bearish to me. And this is what I'm talking about regarding volume. And some people, again, don't want to use volume, but I'm going to show you why I like to use it. Okay, so with this Netflix trade, right, you see how, all right, you see how the volume increased to the downside, boom, 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 up, up, up. Then you see that the volume was so light here compared to this one. Okay, and you have the seller's volume, which we say that's fine when you have something that engulfs, but then a break of this low, and you see how the volume increased, that's a good sign. Now, this is an inside bar, so some people might say, okay, if it breaks below here, I'll put my stop above here, and then see where it goes from there, because it's an inside bar, and it might continue for some more weakness. I'll give you another one. Tesla, again, the same thing. You see how the volume really lightened up to the upside? Okay, you see how it's going up, but it's creeping up small body candles, and then this volume. And then once you get a break below this low, it gave you something. Now, again, I'm looking to actually go long on this based on kind of looking at this aspect to say, okay, this might be a dip that I have a low risk trade put on actually right now, and we'll see what happens. But again, it's a low risk trade, and I kind of like what's going on currently. I got some other stuff that I'm looking at. And again, if it breaks below and catches my stop, no big deal. It's trading, not money harvesting. But you want to have a couple things in your favor, which I do regarding this, to kind of say from there. But if you're not that aggressive as I am, you're looking for a break above this high of 253.80, and that could be a good, good candidate. Again, my stop is down below, down in this area. So we'll see how this one plays out. GoPro, another one that is really looking good. Gave a small pullback, and it continues. Congratulations to Uncle Ben on this one. while in the crapper of all things. So inside joke. But you can see again what I like seeing, and this is the separation that I talk about. Okay, the pivot, okay, broke new highs, continued up, came. You see how much space is between this? That's a strong bullish pattern. Okay, strong. So if you got in aggressive here, you know you shouldn't be stopped out. Your stop should be above here, below here. I don't roll my stops up super tight to the previous low because again, these things got to move around a little bit. Okay, and I use some stuff that incorporates time as well. And I'll actually pause this and show you an example of it. Just give me 1 second. Here's actually the Netflix trade that I posted. I actually posted this on July 28th. And I told about the range that I was looking to get into, and I put some potential turn dates of 8/13 and 9/8 to 9/10. You guys could check Twitter. You could check, you know, to kind of, you know, make sure you see that I'm not blowing smoke up your ass or anything like that. And let's go back to this chart, and I'll show you what these potential dates give us. Okay, so for the Netflix, you see 8/13 was around here, so it turned to the upside, but you know it just continued the pattern, so that's not a big deal. But the 8 to 9/10 was right here, so it's actually 9/9 was actually gave the all-time high, and then it turned. It turned all the way down here, so it's something that I use, and I do a lot of stuff in the background, a lot of crap in the background, kind of to show that. To get those future dates, and it's really a lot of work. So, but again, it helps because this actually got to all-time highs actually, and trust me, you could go back to my Twitter feed, and trust me, I'm not making this stuff up. You could go back and look at, I had 9/8 between 9/8 and 9/10. So you want to give it about a day or two plus or minus both sides, but it came and say, okay, you tighten your stops, and if you tighten your stops, maybe you got stopped out, but you locked in a lot of profit. And I was buying this at 425. So, but the dates help. So it's something a little bit different. I kind of wanted to share kind of the stuff that I do, and not many people do it. But remember, I did this when it was like this. Okay, so just to understand that I did this actually here. I posted this actually this day. It was a Monday. So again, you know, it's trade the right side of the chart to have something a little bit ahead of what's going on now to say, okay, potential future dates. And I base my options and stuff off of that as well. So it's a pretty different way of looking at things, but check it out. So take a look at that stuff. I have it posted on Twitter, and I think you might like it. But again, I have some other dates that I'm looking to put in place, and I'll be posting something tomorrow on Tesla, and we'll see what happens. So again, nothing is set in stone, and again, perfection in this game is about 60%, 65%. So, but whatever you could do to kind of lean on, especially if you're using options, might be something that you might be interested in. So take care.